Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's me, Spice, your friendly love and sex empowerment coach for strong, successful women. And I'm coming to you here today live to talk about more interesting stuff that has to do with being a strong, successful woman out in the world and how we navigate that. Just want to say for anybody who is watching live, I would love to have you say hello, because actually, if you don't say hi, then I just will never even know that you're here. So I can see that there are views, but I can't see who's here. So if you either say hi or wave or just even give a like is fine too. I'm totally fine with that. And you don't have to say anything. You can just tap the little like button, and then I'll know that you are here. Because yeah, I'm not going to be saying hi to everybody because it becomes just really distracting. So on today's live, I want to talk with you about the 5 ways to be exactly who you are and how to be loved and cherished and actually sought after for exactly just that. I am a little bit sick today, so if I have any kind of like body things come up, like right now, my eye, I feel like I have something in my eye. But once again, this video is about being true to who you are. So hey, if I have something in my eye, I still have to be true to that, right? Right. Okay, so today I want to talk about, like I said, the 5 ways to be exactly who you are and to be loved, cherished, and adored for being that exact person. So for those of you who know me, and for those of you who are just getting to know me, you may notice that I am pretty much exactly who I am. I don't cut corners. I don't talk shit. I don't bullshit people. I just am who I am, and I try to be nice, kind, respectful, friendly, giving, loving, compassionate. I'm all those things. And I'm also somebody who is going to tell it to you like it is and who's going to be unabashedly myself. And I feel like that's something that I want for everybody. I want all of us to feel like that we can just truly be who we are and be loved for being that. Because when you're truly being yourself, most of the time you're going to be a kind person. Most of the time you're going to be loving and caring for other people, because as humans, that's kind of who we truly are. And it's really only the ways that we get hurt along the way that stop us from being that, the ways that we feel that we're not getting the things that we want and need in the world, that makes us become these selfish people who are just out there trying to get things from other people. But that's not the core of who we are. So the core of who we are, I feel like, is beautiful, kind, wonderful people. And when we're able to get our needs met, we are able to be those people. So part of the thing about getting your needs met and getting your wants and fulfilled is to be able to be unavoidably, inexplicably, unabashedly, utterly yourself and not worry about it. And this has worked well for me many times in my life. So I'm not going to get into those right now, but for right now, I just want to start off by going through 5 ways, and there are many more, but here's the 5 top ways to be utterly, unabashedly, exactly who you are, and to be loved, cherished, and adored, and actually sought after for being who you are. Number 1 is to know your shit. So what do I mean by know your shit, right? Know who you are so deeply that even if somebody comes along and tries to rattle you off of that, you can know who you are and you can say, huh, yeah, okay, I accept that, or nah, I don't accept that. You don't let yourself get thrown by other people's opinions of who you are, because you know deep inside yourself who you are. And whether you know your good qualities or you know your bad qualities, it doesn't really matter, because you just know your qualities. And self-knowledge and self-awareness is one of the most attractive things that people can have. You know, like when you meet somebody and they're like trying to be everything to everyone, and you're like, wow, that guy's so nice, or that woman's so nice. Like they always say yes to everybody, and they just go out there and they do all this stuff for all these other people. That may seem nice on the surface, but the reality is that if you get close to those people, you might find that those people are not actually doing all those things that they say they're doing. And they're not actually being all those things that they say they're being to everybody, because nobody can do that. That's inhuman. you can't be everything to everyone. And when you're trying, it's a sure sign that you don't know your shit. You don't know who you are. You don't know your boundaries. You're trying to put yourself out there into the world to get recognition from people, to feel like you're better than what you are, or any of these things. But you're not just knowing and saying, you know what, I know the things that make me tick. I know my bad traits. I know my pros. I know my cons. And I can say to somebody, you know what, I can do this, but I can't do that. And somebody who can know their shit and just say, this is what I can do, and this is what I can't do, this is who I am, and this is who I'm not, this is what I'm good at, and this is what I'm not good at, that is way better than somebody saying, oh yeah, I know everything, and yeah, I'm just like so cool. Because what really makes you cool is by being able to show and say where you're not cool. So know your shit. Number 2, own your shit. So knowing your shit is a great thing, but then really owning it is really, really important. So for example, being able to admit when you've messed up or when you've done something that maybe isn't the best or maybe isn't of the highest integrity, and being able to say, you know what, I messed up. I'm human. I didn't do the right thing. That is so much more powerful than just being somebody who's just like, oh yeah, well, I didn't do anything wrong. You know, I'm above all of that. Being able to just, this is part of just being unabashedly who you are. It's being able to accept, just really accept, and not only accept, but being able to explain that and express that to people and just say, hey, look, this is who I am and I messed up. And then owning your shit also is about taking responsibility for it and saying, how can I do better? And how can I help you if you've hurt somebody else? Or if you've, if you've like done something that has affected somebody else, how can I help you to feel better? Or how can I make this right? So really owning that, not just saying, oh yeah, I messed up, whoops, sorry, better luck next time. But no, but going in there and saying, how can I make this better? I'm owning that something that I did, one of my actions or something that I said did something that hurt somebody, and I'm going to really own that. I'm going to see, yeah, you know what? I did do something that may have hurt somebody, and I'm willing to take responsibility for it. Own your shit. Number 3, don't settle for being less than exactly who you are. Now, this is something I see a lot in strong, successful women when it comes to love. We wind up feeling like if we don't act a certain way or we don't do things a certain way, that we may not get the love and the relationships and the intimacy that we want to have. So sometimes we wind up going out into the world and, you know, we kind of like fudge over some of the details, right? We kind of like, you know, say, well, you know, this person doesn't necessarily need to know all these things about me. And that's just something where we are actually just not really being true to who we are. Sure, I'm not saying that you meet somebody and on one date you go out there and you give them all of your whole life story. However, if there are certain pieces of you that are integral to who you are, to your value system, to your morals, to your lifestyle, and these are things that are an integral part of yourself, and you're not telling somebody that you're interested in dating about these things because you think, well, you know what, if they know that I'm, you know, that I do this kind of work, or if they know that I have this kind of lifestyle, or they know that I have this kind of baggage or this kind of relationship with my family, or these kinds of, you know, habits or whatever, if I tell this person those things about myself, then they're not going to want to be with me. That's a big no-no, because people need to be with you, need to want to be with you because they see who you are and they love and accept that. And true love comes when somebody sees the deep core of you, all of the good, all of the bad, and they want to love that anyway. And sometimes when somebody truly loves you, they actually love the things about you that are hard. They love the things about you that could be seen as cons, because those are part of what makes you the unique being that you are. Somebody who's just like this like perfect person all the time, that's not real. And nobody loves somebody who's not real. When you love somebody, it's because you see all of the genuine realness about them, and that's what makes you fall in love with somebody. So if you want somebody to fall in love with you, you have to be willing to show them everything. Warts, pimples, beauty marks, everything. And you have to be willing to be unabashedly yourself and not be afraid of showing them certain things and fearing that they're not going to love you or want to be with you because of that. Because if they don't want to be with you because of that, that's their problem. And then, you know, if they don't get you, then they don't get you. That's what I like to say. That's one of my things that I like to say. If you don't get me, you don't get me. You don't get to have me. If you don't get me, you don't get to have me. So number 3, don't settle for less than being exactly who you are. Number 4, come from a place of deep self-love. So if you really want to be able to be totally yourself, you have to totally love yourself. You have to be able to really have taken a deep look at yourself and love all of those parts inside of you that maybe feel bad. And you know what? There are many ways to do that. There are ways to get deep into yourself and those places that feel bad and feel shameful, and really look at those places. And you need to be able to go to those places within yourself and give those places love and forgive yourself for the times when maybe you feel like you didn't do things well, or for the things that happened in your life that probably weren't even under your control that have made you feel bad about who you are as a person. And those are places to heal. And when you can go in and you can heal those places and you can really just love yourself for everything, all that we've talked about, if you can love yourself in that way, you're going to be able to find other people who are going to be able to love you in that way. But if you don't love yourself that much, and you don't love those parts of yourself that maybe the icky, grimy, dirty parts, people can read that. And people, you know, it comes out in your personality. It comes out in the way you present yourself in the world. And people can tell. And then it's like they get a feeling like, what's wrong with that chick? Okay, you know, there's something up. And it's not a very attractive quality when you don't love yourself. But when you can just come from a place of just total acceptance for all the things you've done, all the things you haven't done, and just totally love yourself, other people are going to see that, and they're going to love you for exactly who you are. All of these things that we've been talking about, it's all part of the same process of just being able to go so deep within yourself and forgive yourself and love yourself and just really know that everything that you've ever done has led up to who you are now. And then that's okay and that's good, and that you deserve to be loved and you deserve to be cherished and you deserve to be adored for everything that you're doing. You know, and if there's something in your life that you're doing that you have shame around, it's always a good time to look at that, and it's a good place to look, because it could possibly be a good place to work on that, because maybe there is something in your life where you're not of the most integrity, and maybe you can change that so you will feel in integrity. Because if you want to be able to have this experience of being totally loved and cherished by somebody, you have to be totally in integrity with yourself. And, you know, it's okay to, like I said, forgive yourself for the things that you've done. And if there's things that you feel like you're doing now that you're not as happy about, well, you know what? Maybe there's something to stop, or maybe there's something to not stop. But it's a great place to look. So I just have one more thing to say about this. I mean, I probably could have a lot more things to say about it, but I'm gonna say just one more thing, and that is, don't give a shit. Okay? Be okay with being alone. Be okay with not necessarily having all these things that you want right now. Be okay with letting yourself feel bad sometimes. Be okay with, you know, feeling lonely, feeling sad. Just be okay with all of it. And if you're able to be okay with everything in your life, then you can be okay with the world. You can be okay with yourself. And when you're okay with yourself, the world will come to love you, and the world will come and it will cherish you and adore you, and it will love you in the way that you're seeking to be loved. And that's what I want to see for everybody out there. I want to see you having all of the love that you desire and that you deserve, and knowing that you deserve it, and knowing that you can be loved and cherished and adored for being exactly who you are at every moment. And that's what this video is all about. So if you enjoyed this video and you would like to know how to go further and go deeper with me, I would love to talk with you more about that. I am actually about to start a 12-week live coaching program for strong, successful women. It's going to start in January.